In this video, we'll talk about Xcode interface and file management. So once you created your project, you'll see something like this. On your left is your Navigator panel. It has a bunch of other tabs, but the main one you're going to use is the Project Navigator. It shows the the folder structure of your Xcode project. And in the middle, you have this main editor view. You'll be able to switch in between tabs on top, and you'll be able to create like open new file from your project navigator on the left. And on the right, you have some utility panels, which it shows some useful information about that file. And occasionally, it will show you the quick help panel, which display like a summary of the functions or the stuff that you're using. And you'll be able to close the right utility panel to give you more space by clicking this button on the right, top right. And as you can see on your right, there is another minimap view. This is useful, especially when used in conjunction of the mark notation like this. So for example, if I say, let's say, what's it called, scene, and mark it using this mark notation, you'll be able to see that on your minimap view. On top, we have what's called a toolbar. It shows some other useful information of including the current state of your app. First, on the left, you have this play button, and you'll use that to build and run your app. You can also build and run using the keyboard shortcut Command R. And this one will be to stop the run after clicking the play button. And what's important here is on the right, you have this build target, which in this case you only have one target, which is the app that you just created, and the simulator options. So here you'll be able to select a bunch of simulators, including your device. If you have an iOS device connected and you created a personal account, you will be able to test your app on your device. And on the top, you'll have the current state of the app. You'll show like whether that's building or that's running on the simulator or something like this. And slightly underneath, you have these tabs which we introduced before. One thing to keep in mind that if a tab, the icon, the Swift file icon is gray, that means it's not saved. Swift does automatically save your file every time you build. You can also manually save by hitting the keyboard shortcut Command S. And another useful button on this section is this split screen view right here on the rightmost corner on the top. So this one will be to create a split screen, just like that, and you'll be able to display and edit two files at the same time. This will be particularly useful once we introduce Storyboard in the next couple of weeks. So next, I want to show you some other feature when your app is running on the simulator. So let's just run our app right now. Of course, it's a template app. It doesn't show you anything, but notice that at the bottom we have these couple of more buttons right here, and you'll be able to pull that up by dragging dragging the edge right here. So you'll see like a bunch of other views. On the right is is your console, and some useful debugging information will be displayed here. For example, your print statement. And over here you have these pause button. You'll be able to pause the execution whenever you want to. And here LLDB is just a debugger. That will be useful once we introduce breakpoint in the Project 1 debugging guide. However, another incredibly useful button that I always use. Okay, so of course you will be able to resume the execution by clicking this play button right here. Sorry about that. And another incredibly useful function that I always use is this view hierarchy right here. You'll be able to view the current user interface by capturing the view hierarchy. So right now we don't have anything on our view controller, but if we have something, for example, a button, it will stack on top of this view controller right here, and you'll be able to see the current view hierarchy at this particular point of the execution. So this is pretty useful. And of course, once again, you'll be able to continue program execution by clicking this button right here.